Welcome back, Rich Minds. It's your boy Reno coming back to you with another video. And today's topic is going to be why you should leave your 9 to 5. Yes, sir. Let me say it louder for my entrepreneurs in the back. Listen, family, this video is going to be based upon all the reasons of why you should leave your 9 to 5. All right? Now, understand something, y'all. I made a video entitled How to Leave Your 9 to 5, okay? But I believe that this video is very important because some people may be stuck in between a rock and a hard place, right? Some people may be stuck in between it. Should I leave? Should I not leave? Do I need this job? Do I want this job, right? And so I'm about to clear all that up, y'all. I'm about to give you some clarity, okay, on whether you should leave your 9 to 5 or not. All right, but before we do anything else, y'all make sure y'all leave a thumbs up on this video as well as subscribe to the channel. Yes, sir. And not only that, y'all make sure y'all drop in the comments and say I'm making a decision. All right. Once again, y'all drop in the comments and say I'm making a decision. All right. Now, the first reason of why you should leave your 9 to 5 is going to be this, y'all. You're not fulfilled. Okay. Let me say it once again, louder for my entrepreneurs in the back. Listen, y'all, you're not fulfilled, all right? So, Reno, what does it mean to be fulfilled? Understand something, y'all. You need something that feeds your soul, okay? You need something that feeds your soul, meaning whenever you wake up in the morning, you can't wait to get up, right? I'm talking about you can't wait to get up. You doing the Tootsie Roll, okay? Lean with it, rock with it. You doing everything, y'all, because the moment you wake up, you know that's the moment you are being fulfilled. It's feeding your soul. How many of y'all, you wake up, you go to the job, whether that's that corporate 9 to 5, and some jobs pay well. Let's be all the way a buck on this, y'all. Some jobs pay well, but it still don't fulfill you nor feed your soul. But how many times you wake up, you get up and you just slouchy, you drowsy, you still sleepy, okay? That means that you're not fulfilled, right? You dread going to the workplace. Y'all, I never forget when I was working, at the airport. At first, it was kind of cool just because it was the airport. You see certain celebrities. I mean, it's the gateway to the world, literally. And y'all know where I reside. I'm in Atlanta, y'all. So I'm literally in the busiest airport. However, it just became this repetitive, negative cycle, right? Not negative because, the people, but negative because my mindset wasn't receptive to that pattern. My mindset wasn't receptive to doing something that wasn't fulfilling me. It wasn't feeding my soul. And so I tell a lot of people, y'all, whatever you do for a living, however you make your money to pay your bills, is critical to your mental condition. Right? It's a true thing, y'all. And so going back to the airport, I wasn't happy at all. I wasn't being fulfilled. I constantly felt like I was losing out. I constantly felt unhappy. I constantly felt like, man, I'm not able to be in my purpose. I'm not in my purpose. It's keeping me away from the things that I feel that I want to do, right? So what I want y'all to realize is a quick way to understand that, do I want to leave my 9 to 5 or should I leave my 9 to 5? Does it fulfill you? Do you feel good? Like whenever you eat a dinner, you feel full, okay? And I'm not talking about eating something that you don't want to eat, but you being full, okay? I'm talking about when you eat something, you feel full and you feel satisfied. It's a difference in between eating a whole nice steak, right? And some broccoli, some mashed potatoes, okay? Loaded mashed potatoes, that is, all right? And you feel good about it. But let's just say you have to eat squash casserole, okra casserole. You got full off of it, but you wasn't satisfied, right? And so when you are satisfied, you are fulfilled, okay? So without beating the dead horse, y'all, are you fulfilled? Ask yourself that question, okay? Number 2, you're not happy, all right? That's another thing, y'all. You're not happy. Again, you have to have a burning desire to do whatever it is that you're doing, okay? I don't care if you're mowing lawns. I don't care if you're cutting grass, once again. I don't care if you are a computer technician. I don't care if you are a mechanic. Listen, y'all, I done seen some happy mechanics. I done seen some mechanics who feel good about what they do, right? Who cares if their hands are dirty and they got oil stains all over their clothes? Who cares? Because they love what they do, right? They're happy. What you do, y'all, it has to fulfill you. It has to make you happy, all right? You got to be happy when you wake up in the morning. You have to be happy while you're doing it, right? You know why people who are not in their careers but in their purpose, you know why they love to go to bed at night? Simply because they know they're about to get up in the morning and do something that they love. That makes them happy. What brings happiness to a job or what brings happiness to a purpose is passion, right? What are you passionate for? What gives you that in the morning, right? What makes you get up in the morning and say, man, I'm about to go out here and I'm about to go turn up. I'm about to go do my thing. I'm about to be the best thing ever. Now, here's the flip side of this. I don't care if you are working at McDonald's. I read this quote by John Maxwell. It says that if you don't love what you do, then bring love to what you do, right? Let me say it once again, y'all. If you don't love what you do, then bring love to what you do, right? Rena, what are you saying right now? What I'm simply saying, y'all, is if you are at your 9 to 5 and if you're trying to figure out how can I survive this until I figure out what I want to do or until I actually leave, understand something. Bring love to it. That's the same thing I did when I was working at that warehouse, y'all. I worked at Amazon warehouse. I worked at Marshall's warehouse, okay? And in both warehouses, I couldn't stand it. I couldn't stand it, y'all. I'm stacking up, those long trailers. Y'all know, I think they 18-wheelers. Those long trailers, okay? I think they're like 6 feet high. Whatever the case is, y'all, it was terrible. It's bad, right? And so I was just so depressed. But what I did was I began to bring love to what I do. So I was practicing Muay Thai. Okay, and so I would take my trainings from my Muay Thai gym and I would go to work inside my trailer. I'm doing my Muay Thai. I'm doing push-ups. I'm listening to motivational things, right? And I know a lot of these jobs, they don't like you to have headphones in, but y'all know how it go. Sometimes you're able to sneak it in. You know how it go, right? But the point is, y'all, bring love to what you do. However you can do it, bring love to it. And then that's going to pass that time by. But sticking to the point, y'all, you're not happy at that 9 to 5. And so that's a clear indication that you should leave. You're not happy, okay? It's like being inside of a relationship. If you're not happy, then why are you there? Okay, I got this from Les Brown, by the way, y'all. He had this quote, are you dying together or are you living together, right? And he said it was a song by Gladys Knight called No One Wants to Be the First to Say Goodbye. You know what I'm saying? So it's one of those things, y'all, where you have to disconnect and detach yourself emotionally from that job, especially if you're not happy, okay? And so with that being said, y'all, we're going to move on to the next one, all right? Which is number 3. And that's going to be this, entrepreneurs. Limitations, okay? Let me say it louder for my entrepreneurs in the back. Once again, y'all, limitations, all right? Nothing grind my gears more than being in a position to where I can no longer grow. Y'all, I've worked with people, all type of ages, y'all, okay? And it saddens me when I see somebody 70 years old, right? And then their pension gets swiped away from them. Limitations. Okay, so you telling me I work on this job for 30, 40 years and I done got to 70 years old, or I done got to 60, whatever age I am, you take my pension away? They limit you. Let's just say, you make $15 on the job per hour. Limitations. You got to wait 2 years almost to get a quarter. 3-5 years for $1, right? I'll never forget, y'all, when I was an Uber driver, I had this guy, who got inside my truck, and he was making decent money, I would say. He was a contractor. He would build up hospitals, schools, just stuff that had to do with building. He was real good with his hands. And I was asking him, man, how is it? He was like, it's decent, it's cool, but they don't want to pay me what I'm worth. I said, what you mean? He said, well, right now, man, I'm making about, $60,000, $70,000 a year. But he said, man, I should be making a lot more because I've taken on more responsibility and I've done a lot more for this company and they don't want to give me a raise. He was being limited. See, it's the limitations for me, when you start talking about a 9 to 5, it's the limitations. Right? See, when you're working for yourself, you don't have any limitations. You can make $1 million a year, $2 million a year, $200 million a year, right? It all depends on you, your business structure, and how well you're marketing that business, right? And so what I want y'all to understand is a 9 to 5 is going to always limit you, okay? You got to, ask the boss to take off for certain days. You got to ask for this. You got to ask for that. It's always limitations. And then let's just say that the job won't allow you to go any higher. You done got to the highest position. That's it. Let's just say you want to get to CEO level, or you want to get to a status of, you a district manager. You want to get to a position where you're a regional manager, right? Whatever the case is. And even in those positions, at some point it plateaus, okay? So with a 9 to 5, y'all, the growth is not really growth. Look at it like this, y'all. You're inside of this building that has a glass ceiling. Like, you can see that you're able to go up higher, but every time you try to reach up higher, you hit your head on that glass ceiling. And that's how a 9 to 5 is, y'all. You're not able to grow as quick or as prominent as you would like to grow, okay? Especially on an actual job, all right? Once again, y'all, as an entrepreneur, sometimes it may take time to get the wheels rolling, okay? But guess what? You are in control of your destiny, which means you don't have no boss that's telling you what you can and what you can't do. You don't have no boss telling you how much you can and can't make, okay? You don't have no boss telling you, well, I'm not giving out no promotions. You don't have no boss telling you that. And so the quicker you realize that, y'all, the quicker you're going to be able to, get out your 9 to 5, all right? And so without any further ado on that, y'all, we're going to move on to the next one, which is number 4, okay? And it's going to be toxic environment. Yes, sir. Let me say it louder for my entrepreneurs in the back. Listen, y'all, a toxic environment. Whew. See, it's nothing like being in a toxic environment, because when you inside that environment, sometimes you become a product of it. It can leave you so depressed and drained. And when I say it's nothing like being in a toxic environment, I don't say that in a good way. It's bad. I mean, just think about it, y'all. You wake up, you already dreaded getting there. And then when you get to the place, you in this position where you got to work around people you don't like, work around certain people you don't know, work around people who jealous of you, work around people who always talking negative. So it's almost like you're forced to be around this negative and toxic environment just to pay your bills. Just to pay your bills. Somebody drop in the comments and let me know if y'all going through that right now. A toxic environment, y'all, that is a clear indication that you need to leave. I'm not telling you to just jump out here on the ledge, but what I am saying is go ahead and start setting up that backup plan. Go ahead and start setting up, that contingency plan to where now you getting out of there. You got to escape that slave ship. You got to escape that plantation, because it's a toxic environment, right? And once again, if you love your job, if you like your job, or anybody who do, like their job or love it, understand something, y'all. This video is not for you. I'm not, shunning jobs or making it seem like jobs are the worst thing. Because guess what? What's for me may not be for the next person. What's for the next person may not be for me. So with that being said, working the job may work well for somebody else. You know what I'm saying? So that's not the problem. The problem is if you feel empty, if you feel soulless, if you feel lifeless, if you don't feel like you're able to grow. Okay, a lot of us as human beings, y'all, we like to grow. It's not normal for a human being to want to stay stagnant. It's not normal. It's normal for us to want to go to the next level. It's normal to want to see what's next for us in a, on a different height. It's normal for us to want to know, where does life lead next? It's normal for us to want to feel like that. And so what I'm saying is, y'all, a toxic environment is definitely a reason why you should leave your 9 to 5. Okay, you got to get away from toxic people. You got to get away from toxic environments. Period. Okay. Moving on to the next one, y'all. Number 5, which is going to be the last reason of why you should leave your 9 to 5. All right. Your overhead is covered. Yes, sir. Let me say it louder for my entrepreneurs in the back. Listen, family, your overhead is covered. Y'all remember in that video, how to leave your 9 to 5? Y'all remember that video where I was talking about one of the major ways that you can leave that job is if you have your overhead covered? Y'all remember that? Well, that's the same thing, y'all. I'm saying it here. A reason why you should leave your 9 to 5 is if you already have your overhead covered, then leave, okay? Well, Reno, why would I stay there if my overhead is covered? Listen, y'all, I know people who work a job just because of the security, just because they're comfortable, and just because they are emotionally attached to it. Everybody who works a 9 to 5 don't need a 9 to 5. Let's just get that straight right now. I don't care what you heard. I don't care who said what. I don't care. Listen, y'all, everybody who work a 9 to 5 don't need a 9 to 5. How do I know this? I work with people. Okay, some people get veteran checks. Some people get mental checks. Okay, some people have businesses that do fairly okay, but they just want that security. Listen, y'all, true story. I met a guy right on this business lunch that I went to. I met a guy who was a multi-millionaire, but he said he still have his job. Did y'all know that most of millionaires in the world work a job? Okay, understand something, y'all. Everybody, don't have to quit their job, or everybody, didn't quit their job to become a multi-millionaire. I'm just gonna be honest. Most people just had a variety of different income streams. Okay, they did things on the side, but however, some people love the security that a job brings. Right? It's a lot of entrepreneurs they've done well. Okay, in the entrepreneurial space, but they're like, man, I'm not gonna quit my job. This is a guaranteed check. Okay, and so understand something, y'all. If your overhead is taken care of, don't fall in the 9 to 5 trap in the matrix and feel like, man, I just need to stay here. It's security. I'm gonna get my pension. Listen, y'all. I don't know if y'all caught the memo, but people's pension is being taken away. I don't know if y'all caught the memo, but certain individuals, certain people won't get Social Security anymore, okay? Because people are not working. And for myself, y'all, although I don't care about Social Security, I'm just gonna be honest, but I'm not gonna get Social Security, period. I can tell you that right now, right? And so with that being said, y'all, you have to understand that, times are not how they were once upon a time. That was the whole gig. Right? You get to a certain point, you work all your life, and then next thing you know, you hit 60, 70, and you get to enjoy the $40,000 that you had saved up. That's not life. Okay? So what I want y'all to understand is, if you have overhead and that overhead is covered, everybody got overhead. Let me say this. If your overhead is covered, okay, meaning you're not struggling to pay your bills, right? Like without your job. Maybe you have 2 jobs and the other job take care of everything, right? Maybe you do have a online business or an actual brick and mortar business, whatever it is, y'all. Understand, if your overhead is already covered, there's no reason why you should stay there. It's no reason why you should stay there. I'm just being honest. There's no reason why you should sit there and be unhappy, unfulfilled. It's no reason, y'all. So once again, if your overhead is covered, go ahead and leave that job, right? And so I made this video for anyone who was wondering and asking themselves, should I leave my 9 to 5? If you're going through any of these right here, you should. Once again, y'all, number 1, you're not fulfilled, okay? Number 2, you're not happy. Number 3, you have limitations or feel like you're being limited. Number 4, you're in a toxic environment. And number 5, overhead is covered, okay? Which means all your bills and monthly expenses is covered, okay? Are covered without you having to struggle, all right? So with that being said, y'all let me know if y'all have any specific videos in mind. Drop them down below in the comments. And I'm going to catch y'all in the next video. Keep a rich mentality. Peace. What's good, family? It's your boy Reno. Check this out, y'all. I just dropped my social influence course, okay? Where I show you how to build up your social media platform as well as become a self-published author. Understand what I'm saying, y'all? If you want to leverage your expertise, okay, you got to publish your book. But not only that, if you want to get popping and build your community, you got to build up your social media platform. And so I put that all in one course, okay? And so all you got to do is go to the link in my bio, all right? And drop in the comments, social influence. If you want to build up your social influence, click that link in the bio and we're going to get you popping. Keep a rich mentality.